All right. Shalom, and shalom. Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. I'm trying to back out of my drive here. And I will say, this is a lovely early morning in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I'm just coming with something that's very important. And it's going to cover what I spoke about on my last video. I might need my and what I spoke about on my last video, I wanted to cry, but he wouldn't let me. You know, I kind of understand it even more of why. He wants me to know that the way things has been orchestrated from out of his bosom, from out of him, it never was to weigh heavy on those he was bringing out of his bosom. He don't want it or want us to feel in a way that make things sadden or hard for us because he willed it to be. You know, this is the message of what, this is what he gives me when he said, Deborah, this need be. You know, but in the process of understanding that this need be, this too shall pass away. That means the sorrow of it and the heartache of it, it too shall pass away. A lot of us, a lot of people, let me not say us, he really wants me to try hard separating myself from the things in which I speak it, because it hits me first, and when it hits me, I receive it. Not only do I receive it, I salute it as, oh well, oh I got it, I understand it. So therefore, he don't want me to be saying we just to get along with thee. Let me say that again. He don't want me to be adding we and me to just get along with thee. So what he was explaining to me today was the way he willed it and he orchestrated things. It's not for Sister Deborah to be emotional or caught up in feelings toward the way that Yah has willed it to be. That's why he, at all times, there to comfort me, to let me know that this too shall pass, and this is okay, Deborah. You know, this need be, or because it need be, because it's according to his will. It's according to the way that he has orchestrated it out of himself and with his power. And in a sense, it's so many things that's going to take place. That's the preparation in which he suffered me to embrace, is the whole idea that if you ain't seen nothing yet, Deborah. So if you feeling like crying about what you see today, what happens when tomorrow comes? So I got to prepare you today to understand that this is not a time period that is given to you to be caught up in your emotions and your feelings and your crying and hurting. It is the time to wake up in its fullness to understand that I've given you the light that you may see in darkness. I've given you the endurance spirit. You sits in the long suffering. These things I've given you so that you can be able to endure the things that is and was and that shall be. Not that you get broken from what I've taught you, what I've shared with you, what I've shown you, what I revealed to you, and what I tell you. We ain't gonna have no crying. You ain't gonna be crying over the revelation that I put in your lap. You're gonna be wiping your tears. You're gonna be not crying because you know that this means the end, the coming of he that's coming to take you out of all of that nonsense is present. So this ain't time to cry for the sorrow and the heartache and the way people are conducting themselves, the way people are living, the way people are dying, the way people are doing things. This is time to live and look forward to him. So that covers some of why he wouldn't let me cry. Because if I start crying now, there will be no end because of what we are going to continue to face. Worse and worse situation. So crying now is not going to help when the times are going to get worse. You see? So he's letting me know the tears of many waiting for me to wipe away. I won't be wiping away their tears. I won't be wiping away their tears because they are content with what they see. They don't have no issue about what is going on in the world. They have embraced it as what is right, wrong, what is right, and right, what is wrong. And they are content because they feel that because they can live in that, that makes it right. When really it makes it wrong. Because it allows them to say, okay, I can live with this. No matter how bad it gets, it's all right. I can always put it in a box where I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to deal with it when I don't want to own it. Because all I want to do is put it in a little black box so that I won't have to deal with it. And I can keep on keeping on. Dealing with it means learning how to move from one step to the next one, to the next one, to the next one and the next one. That's how you salute it and you deal with it. You see, that's that faith that lets you know if you're on one step and you move to the next one, you're excited. You know, you are waiting to move to the next level. But you can't move to the next level until you have mastered the level in which you are on. And that's where people are at. They still on the ground level. Accepting and embracing and making right, wrong, right on that one ground level. And they haven't even mastered the first step. But this too is the will of my Father. It too is the will of my Father. And this is what he don't want me to hoop and holler about. He don't want me to cry or be hurt. Because it too is the will of him who created the beginning to the end, who orchestrated everything. And just because I see somebody or see things going on, don't know that this is the right hand power in which you speak it of, Deborah. This is the right hand power right here. So I say unto you all, it's so deep, it's really deep in what he's meaning when he says, no, I'm not gonna let you cry. Don't drop a tear. Because that's not what season, and really we're out of season, but that's not what hour we're in. You're emotional, and spiritual emotion and natural emotion satin because people are continue to do things. I mean, right in the opening, and this is it. Now let me tell you about how deep it was, the quickening of what he was saying to me, because he was giving me the quickening of what I was really beholding throughout this last year and a half. He was just saying that when you see these things, it has been prophesied that the outcome of it, the purpose of it, the will of his way is set in it. You know? But what had got me to make me so emotional was I had listened to at least 5 male pastor, a bishop, one apostle, and 3 pastors teaching their congregation. Now listen to what I'm saying, you all, so it won't fly too far over your head. Maybe it'll hit you in the head, but won't fly too far over you. What happened is, within those 5 individuals I listened to, I gripped the fact that they was too distant. They were too far in what they were teaching. They were too far. Too far from what, Deborah? And they were too far from the truth. They are teaching the mass, the multitude of their own tribe. And they are a distance from truth in their teaching. And it hurt me because I'm like saying, Father, they're never going to find their way. They're not going to find their way, are they? And I'm just was so emotional because he took me in a vision, a quickened vision, showing me that they have no way out. Because a way out for them has not been set by him. Oh, Father. When he said that, let me tell y'all, all the feeling in me. All of it. Until my spirit began to grip it and my flesh was like, you mean? I started to question. But then, since the spirit had already embraced it to the fullness, the flesh was just left there hanging, wanting to cry. Now, listen to what I'm saying. 5 so-called administrative position teaching. And I'm like, in me, I'm like, these people have been on this devil platform for so long. They've been teaching the multitude for so long. And even in such an hour as this, Father, y'all, the people as more lost than they were 40 years ago, y'all. That's where the crying and the hurt and the emotion was coming from. Because these weren't men who were just coming up and trying to teach. These were men who have led the multitudes and were so far from truth. They were so far, and is not so much as they were, they are so far from truth. And it happened again yesterday. Me seeing this, just finding the light. That's what I was doing. And most of the time, you all might not know this, that's pretty much what Deborah looked for on YouTube, is he that holds the light. He that has the light in his hand, trying to find those that's in the darkness. And he is holding the light. Guess what? Yesterday, it was the same experience. Listening to them, giving them the benefit of a doubt. Surely, you the one that's going to have the light. And guess what? Again, lost without a cause. Don't have the meaning of anything. To me, he gripped it so bad in me, because when I say gripped it, he put it and he gripped what he had invested in me so tight to where I'm seeing, hearing, be holding on two ends, natural and spirit, and see these people to never come out of what they are in. And I'm telling y'all, I wanted to cry. And he said, you better not cry. He wouldn't let me. Don't you shed a tear. Why must I shed a tear? And then listen, I'm going to show you how the flesh will get you. Why would I want to shed a tear towards somebody that's teaching the multitude darkness and not light? It was the fact that everyone, they are so hooked. It got to be the mighty dollar and the lie and the deceived position and purpose that they have in them for them to want to. I hate when this thing get cloudy like this. For them to want, that ain't gonna, no, it won't blind it. For them to want to lead the mass, the multitude. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something that was given to me too today. The level of pride is also something that is given to those who have the spirit of wicked and evil. The level of pride is given. And when I say given, meaning it is freely flow right in the presence of them, so they can take it and use it in the order that fits them, because it's a form of where they're at. This is why they won't bring spirit and truth. This is why they won't bring the light to the people. You see, this is why they want to continue to teach people the darkness. I cannot believe, I'm sorry about that, but I can't believe this cloud. How could this, it is really strange. Let me see something. Yep. So I'm just going to continue, but it is off the chain in how to know and to understand the fullness of what's actually happening. And it is him telling me that, no, you're not going to shed a tear. Don't you dare cry. It's to show you that and tell you why. All this time you've been told. All this time you've been warned. I have an issue with this here, this light. That's a little bit better. And he has warned you, and he has told you over and over and over. These things need be, Deborah. These, and here you are seeing it for face value. And now you see those that are in ruler, and is the head, and is the leader, and is he that's guiding the people to the broad gate, is in it with pride. They prideful. They're content. They're happy. But yet the Father say it's a something in them that knows that they are walking in the unrighteous order of righteousness. The unrighteous. See, if righteous is on one side, what's on the other side? Unrighteous. If righteousness is on one side, what's on the other side? Unrighteous. So he's saying that they are knowingly within them that they are orchestrating their whole week, their everyday lifestyle in what is unrighteous intentionally, because they feel already that they can't turn back. And it is so true. They're not going to turn back and correct. This is what he's saying to me now. He said, Deborah, before they turn back to correct their unrighteous teaching, they will find more to support their unrighteous, even if they feel the doubt within them that they have taught something that's righteous in an unrighteous state. So this I'm telling you guys, this is so deep for me, because I think the deepness of how I embrace it is because these are the things he's been teaching me. He's been telling me, and I've been speaking to you all about it. This is it. This is it. And as long as people don't feel that these issues are coming to their front door, they continue. As long as they see these prideful, unrighteous teachers teaching, they don't have no problem. Why? Because it's not at their door. And this is why he says the only reason why I'm seeing them for who they are is because he has given me the spirit to be able to see who they are, to know who they are, to know that they are not teaching spirit and truth of the whole matter. Do you know what spirit and truth will come to do? It will set a lot of you all free from all this power struggle, from all this tradition of man, from all this outer man preparing for the inner man. You don't have to prepare nothing in your inner man for the Most High Yah. He is all power. What do you need to prepare for the one who created you from the inside out? What do you need to prepare for him? Do you really think you need to wrap your head? Do you really think you need to shut your mouth? Do you really you think you should wear clothing all the way to the ground to cover your body? Do you really think that? Do you all understand, and is it Iran or Iraq, where the women wear all those long black shields and cover eyes? If they could talk to you today and tell you they like it, you know what? You would probably want to live. Because you would say, I never would have known that type of reaction or that type of living existed in the world. That type of darkness and wicked and evil. And they wrapped up from head to toe. All you see is their eyes. But for them to tell you the story that's going on in their house, it will blow your mind. It will blow your mind. Why? Because we are so set within ourselves to believe everything. I think I passed my exit. I think I did. I go around. Everything that proceeds out of the mouth of these loudmouth men and women, to where we can't even find our way to righteousness, because we're so quick and so eager to hear these loudmouth men deceive us in every shape, form, and fashion. And when we see numbers, when we see the mass and the multitude following them, we run over and follow them like unto what we see. Because the multitude draws us to believe that that's the gate to always enter in, because so many are going therein, not understanding that's not the gate you want to enter in. That's not the gate you want to head to. If any gate you want to head to, you should desire to head to the gate that leads to what is narrow, what is few. That's the gate. Not the gate that's going to lead you into the broad gate. Because he explained to you that the broad gate is what? Destruction. Did it stop people from going in that direction? No. What did it do? It made people go in it even more. They desire the broad gate more so than anything they want in the world. That's what the world is, the broad gate. You didn't know that, did you? Yes, the broad gate is the world, and that's what they desire. Or that's where they desire to go therein. Because people thinking that if I go where the majority is going, well, okay, I just get lost. If the majority is going to get lost, then I get lost with them, because all of them can't be wrong. You see what I'm saying? All of them can't be going in the wrong direction. Even if the instructions and direction told you the broad gate is the gate to destruction. You see why Sister Deborah is not geared to needing or wanting subscribers and likes. This is why I want to keep the words that proceed out of my mouth to be for the narrow gate, in the narrow gate only, not the broad gate. Because see, they don't understand. Teach the broad gate. The broad gate is these churches where all these people by a great number are entering in. And how you also can discern it is when they built the devil platform, it shows you how people run to the broad gate. Easily, quickly, smoothly, embracing, accepting, and never looking at the fact, wait a minute, is spirit and truth here? Does the light rest here? They don't see it in that form or that way. They see it in the whole ideal of the mass. The multitude is going. Surely if the multitude is going, I want to go in the direction where many are entering they're in. So a lot of people, I'm going to tell you another mystery about that. So when you look at the large numbers of subscribers and likes, these are flesh people chasing the broad gate. They are chasing the broad gate. That's why they not caught up in what they say to you. Whether it's truth or it is not true, they're not caught up in it. Why? Because they chasing the broad gate to make what? The gate even broader. You see? That's how Satan is working this thing. And everybody's around like, okay, this is all good. When you look at YouTube, this is the broad gate that you're chasing. You're chasing the way where the mass, the multitude enter therein. Now, even after, and I'm showing you, this is why it shows you that ain't nobody waking. Even if it said, narrow is the gate. Narrow being the gate would be the way to go. No, look what he's have a platform. They chases the broad gate 99.9 of the time because they think they really getting truth out of the. How you gonna get truth out of the broad gate? I like someone to tell me, how can you get truth out of the broad gate? You can't. Why? Because truth is the way to the narrow gate. So if you're going to the broad gate, how are you getting truth going through the broad gate? See, it's showing you. They don't understand. They are not awakened like they want to feel that they are. They are dead to the utmost already. Because heavens has already got them listed in the books. And you know what I read? It said the dead is in the books. And I'm just sitting here saying it to you the same way. The dead is already written in the book. They were written already as dead. Because see, this is why you wonder what this sister is really talking about, and you really don't know why y'all is telling me not to cry. Why are you crying for the dead? You know that my book is written. You know that I have all the books that holds any and everybody that's going to return. And those that are already dead are in the books. They're not in the book of life. They're in the books for the dead, according to their works and their doings. So when you look at how people are conducting themselves today, he said, what you crying for? You better not drop a tear. You know that in heaven, they are already written, Deborah. So what are you crying for? What do you want to cry for? Why you want to boo-hoo? You know that heaven already got them dropped down. For it is written that the dead shall be judged by its works. Who wrote those books? That's going back to tell you another thing. Let's jump on it right quick. The power. That right hand. Something that is fully denied in this day and time. Something that's fully lied about in this day and time. That has deceived many to believe their way. Who way? The flesh of man. That support Satan's lane, the broad gate. So you got to understand why he has to tell me, look, we're not gonna have that. You better not cry. See, you cry when you don't know. He don't want you crying when you do know. Because you know. You don't cry about what you know. You cry about what you don't know. And he's saying to me, don't you shed a tear. Because he had given me a quickening of the vision. Because after I had seen all these men teach the word out of the book, and they all had it wrong, this is the vision came, the quickening of a vision came to me from the Most High Yah. And guess what happened, y'all? Just as Deborah was able to judge. See, judging the whole house of Israel and the tribe of Judah don't mean you have to step into each and every last one of them. The true pastors, bishops, teachers, and leaders, they have to receive the judgment. They have to want to be judged so that they can go into the proper area. This is why Sister Deborah can tell you they loaded with pride, boasting. And that's why the Father had to tell me, I also put on them, Deborah, a strong delusion juice on them. That not only will they teach a lie, they will continue to believe a lie. But what they didn't understand, that they messed up from the flow up by orchestrating women in one area and orchestrating men for another area. That is not the will of the Father when he said he created them. He said, I created her in him. How close can you be? And man takes her and separate her because in his flesh, in his flesh, that's loaded with the ways of his flesh wisdom, his flesh knowledge, and his flesh understanding. So he separate them instead of keeping them unified as I created them, because it's not going to stop anything. It's not going to strengthen the men to be separated from the women, because each part has what I invested in them, so that they may strengthen each other. Where one is weak, the other one is strong. Where one is strong, the other one is weak. Praise be the Most High Yah. If that ain't deep, praise be the Most High Yah. And he say the way that they orchestrating it is the way that they have built their own God within them. They think that they are a God. And the Most High said to me, why would I separate woman from man? Only one can do that is the flesh of a sinful minded man. When they think they doing something. How can a man tackle his sin being separated from the one that Yah said it is not good that they be alone? He be alone. Be alone. I will make him a help me. And then you get this muscle-headed Geno Jennings tell you, and you see how him and the reason why you see Dowles and Jennings wanting to debate and arguing and fussing, because they one of a kind. They are twins. They are twins. Twins in what way, Deborah? In spirit, in their spirit. They are twins in their flesh, and they are twins in their spirit. Notice how you look at the Dowles. You see his women is in the back and the men is in the front. Same way Jeannie has his. Men in the front and women in the back. It's what the Father saying is, it only represent the flesh of a man's ideal of trying to be a God. Trying to orchestrate the flesh of man in a way that fits him. Because see, if you put the men up front, the man that's up on a pulpit need the adrenaline from the men to gain the power in which they need. That's why they can't speak spirit and truth. That's why spirit and truth ain't in them. That's why righteous, because they want the bunch of men up in the front of them to be thumbing them up and clapping and everything, because they want to say things that really give them the desire to be up in the front seat. See, they trying to make men something that they ain't. They not what they ain't. They just can't be what outside of what God has made them to be. Even though these men seem to think that they can bring these individuals into this form, they can make it look like this is how it goes. This is the way it is. But if anybody with common sense would see, it is not good that man shall be alone. And he was talking about unifying a man and a woman as marriage. But when he put him in that garden by himself, man had then began to receive all the other things in the garden outside of woman. But the Most High Yah was saying, it is not good that man be alone, meaning woman. So what these pastors do, they are just alike. They are one of a kind in the spirit realm. Wicked and evil. Self-centered, self-motivated. This is who they are. This is who they're going to be. So I'm here to pick up my mom. I got to do her hair. So we got to go get the things that we're going to do. We got to go get the things that she's going to need for me to do her hair. And I want to say to you all, I will be back at 7 p.m. Central, hopefully. I got a couple of errands to run. But I say to you all, just kind of listen to the spirit. Now, there's more than one spirit, but I'm talking about the spirit of righteousness that rests in the Ruach HaKodesh, not the spirit of unrighteousness. But I say unto you that I will be back. Shalom and shalom.